Hi friends, Güneş here. This is lesson 3 on how to work with Python, and on this lesson we will learn if, elif and else statements in Python. So let's get started. So here we have from last lesson two variables we have created, school age and Jerry. So with the help of these variables we will use them with if, elif and else statements in Python. So let's get started. Firstly, I will type here if the school age is greater than Jerry's age, then put two dots here, print. When we click enter here, you will see an indent here. It doesn't come here, but it comes out here, because it means we are creating a block of code and it will all come here. This is all to this code. So if I type print and, for example, like have a nice day, Jerry. So if I run this code now, we will get have a nice day, Jerry, because the school age is greater than Jerry's age. So this is a true statement, and that's why it will print out have a nice day. So now let's use the else code. As you can see, even from here, if I click enter, there will still be an indentation because it thinks we are still continuing this code. So let's go back and type here else. So here let's write the school age. No, else. Down here, let's type here print. So if this will be a false statement, it will print out study hard. So if, for example, I will change Jerry's age to be 10 years old, for example, so that means this is now a false statement, that now school age is not greater than Jerry. So if I click enter, it will get study hard, because now this has become a true statement. So let's press enter here and type here elif. Elif just stands for else and if. So if I type here the school age is equal to Jerry's age, when here we write equal, we don't write just one equal sign, we need to write two. So if the school age is equivalent to Jerry's age, it should print out it is time for school, get ready. So if I change Jerry's age to 6 years old to be the equivalent to the school age, if we run this code now, we will get it's time for school, get ready, because now this has become a true statement. Python sees this is a false statement and this too. That means this is a true statement, so it should be the right. So now we have learned the if, elif and else statement. Let's continue to functions. So first I will delete this code. So even the function print itself is also a function. So it just gives a command to Python about what to do. So like if I print here, so for example, if I write here print Güneş has a great channel, and do this a few times, like 3 times, and if we run this code, we will get it 3 times. But as you can see, I have written an error here. I forgot the U letter. So now, so that to correct this mistake, I will have to go on every one of these and correct the mistake so that it's correct. But when we create a function, we don't have to correct them all. We just create a function. If there's a mistake, we fix it, and it will all automatically fix in the entire code. So now let's delete all of this. To create a function, just type here def, which is just stands for define, and let's create our function. For example, print underscore Güneş. So print underscore Güneş, and all functions have an bracket, so let's add that too, and add these 2 dots. So when I go down, just like in the if, elif and else statement, we will get this indentation here. So let's type here, for example, text, and type something like So here I wrote Gunesh has a great channel. So now we have created our function and also typed here what will happen when I run this function. Let's see if we can use this function now. So when I go down, as you can see, there's again this indentation because it defines that this is all a block of code and it's all together. So if I type here print text and maybe and when I run it, as you can see, I won't get anything because we have created our function but we have still not run it. So let's go down here and get out of this block of code and type here print Gunesh. It will pop up here and add the two brackets. So now if I add a few copies of these and copy this a few times, when I run it, we will see that now our function works. But as you can see, there is now again this error. So now it's easy to fix this error. Just add the U here, fix your error in the definition function itself. And when we run it, we will see that the error is fixed. And it's really easy. So before you call out to your new function, first you have to create your function. So if I move this from here, up here, and run this code, we will get a name error because Python didn't know about this function yet before we created it. So that's why you should mind that too. And one good thing in VS Code that there is, when I hover over the defined part where I created my function, if I press this arrow, I can close my code so that I get a little more space to see. Then this long code down here, just close it. We can collapse it. So you can also use functions, create your function and use it to pass out some text. Like the print function itself is also meant for passing out some text. So I can do the same with this code. So just here I meant to type here text. So now the print Gunesh function also expects me to just type in some text. So if I type here, copy this and paste it here. So if I just type here print Gunesh has a great channel and run it, I will get the same output here. Next, what we'll do is use our created function with the if statement. So let's delete this, and again I'll type here define. Well, I'll create it the school. So here I will type school age calculator. We have created a function, and in here I will write the age of the child I will need and the name of it. So now we have written this, type this. So now if I click enter, you will again see the indentation. First we write this. You will again see the indentation here. So if I write here, if the age is less than 6, and if I click enter again, it indents me even more that I have that now this code is meant for this, and the code that will be here is also meant for this. So it should print, for example. So now let's also add an elif statement. So here if I write elif, so for example, if the kid's age is equal to 6, then it should print. Then it should print out it's time for school and the child's name. So if we go down again and write else, and then it should print out. And else it should write work hard for your future. You won't regret it. And the name. So down here, let's also create a variable here. So here, let's type in school age calculator and the parentheses. And here we have to type in 2 digits. Firstly, the age and also the name of the child, which will be Jerry. So now we're all set to go. So if we run this code now, we will get enjoy your day. Jerry, you're only 3 years old, because that's what we typed here. So if I change his age to 6 years old, then it will say it's time for school, Jerry. But if I wrote there even a bigger number, like 10 years old, it will type in work hard for your future. You won't regret it, Jerry. So that's how you use the define. You use functions with the if, elif, and else statements. So next, what I will show you is, for all this time we have written a code and Python has just printed out or copied it. So now we will ask Python to return us a code. So let's delete all of this now and start from scratch again. So here what I will write is define. I'll create a new function. So here I created a new function, add 20 to age, and what this function will do is just add 20 to your age. So here I wrote define add 20 to age. I have created my function here, and I will also create a variable. I will call it new age and to equal, well, and here I will write age plus 20, which is what this function will do. So now we have created our function and what it will do. Let's also put a space down and type here return our new age here. So now we have created our function here. And what I will do next is just create a new variable, as I'll call it my age, and it's equal to add 20 to age. So now I have created this, and I'll also add here 3, not 3. And I'll also add here 11 because it's my age. So down here I will type in print, and I'll write here my age. And so now if I run this code, we will get 31 because it added 20 to my age, which is 11, and it got 31. And that's how we create a function that can return us a code. So friends, this is the end of today's video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something new. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you again on lesson 4. Bye.